Do you know which sunken ship lies deepest in the ocean? If your first guess is the Titanic, you are deeply mistaken. Today we're talking about a ship that sank during World War II and was only recently discovered in the depths of the Pacific Ocean. This is the story of the USS Samuel B. Roberts, a U.S. Navy destroyer that fought an epic battle against the Japanese in the Philippine Sea. The ship was built in 1943 and was named after a sailor who died heroically in the Battle of Guadalcanal during the Pacific War against Japan. It was armed with cannons, machine guns, and torpedo tubes, and it was part of an American task force with a crucial mission to protect the Philippine Islands from Japanese attacks. The Philippines had been under Japanese occupation since 1942. In October 1944, the Samuel B. Roberts was sailing near the island of Samar when it spotted a much larger and more powerful enemy fleet made up of cruisers and battleships. Instead of retreating, the ship chose to face the Japanese with bravery and determination, firing its cannons and torpedoes at close range. It inflicted significant damage on the enemy, but it was also hit multiple times until a fatal explosion tore its hull in half. Of the 224 crew members, 89 perished in the sinking or drowned at sea. The survivors drifted in lifeboats for over 50 hours before being rescued by other American ships. The Battle of Samar was one of the bloodiest of the war, but also one of the most decisive, preventing the Japanese from changing the course of the conflict. For many years, the fate of the Samuel B. Roberts remained unknown, until June 2022, when an exploration team led by adventurer and investor Victor Vescovo finally located the shipwreck at the bottom of the Philippine Sea. Using a submarine called Limiting Factor, Vescovo descended nearly 7,000 meters into the depths and found the ship damaged, yet almost intact. Images captured by the submarine reveal the ship's hull structure, its weapons, and torpedo tubes. You can also see the bullet holes from Japanese gunfire and the impact marks that sent it to the ocean floor. According to Vescovo, who is also a U.S. Navy reservist, it was an extraordinary honor to locate the ship and have the opportunity to retell its story of heroism. Vescovo's team was also responsible for another incredible discovery years earlier. Have you ever heard of the USS Johnston? It was a U.S. Navy destroyer that took part in the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in modern history, in October 1944. The ship faced a vastly superior Japanese fleet in both numbers and firepower and was struck by multiple shells, including some from the Yamato, the largest warship in the Japanese fleet. After 2 hours of heroic combat, the USS Johnston sank, taking 186 of its 327 crew members with it. Its wreck remained lost in the depths of the Philippine Sea for more than 7 decades, until it was finally discovered in 2019 by an expedition led by explorer Victor Vescovo. In March 2021, Vescovo and his team made history by conducting the deepest dive ever to a shipwreck. They managed to photograph and film the remains of the USS Johnston at a depth of 6,460 meters, confirming its identity by the hull number 557, which was still visible. This made the USS Johnston the deepest shipwreck ever seen by humankind, at least for a year. Then Vescovo's team outdid their own achievement by discovering the remains of the USS Samuel B. Roberts, breaking the record once again. The ship rests at an astonishing 6,895 meters below the surface, making it the deepest shipwreck ever found to this day. To put that into perspective, the famous Titanic lies at only 3,800 meters deep. And if you're now even more curious about this man, Victor Vescovo is an American explorer, investor, and adventurer known for his deep-sea expeditions to the deepest points of all 5 oceans. He is the founder and leader of the 5 Deeps Expedition, a scientific and exploratory initiative aimed at mapping and studying the most remote parts of the ocean. Vescovo is also a former U.S. Navy officer, a pilot of both airplanes and helicopters, a mountaineer, and a philanthropist. He holds a doctorate in economics and politics from Harvard University and has authored several books and articles on geopolitical and environmental topics. 2 more U.S. warships carried the name USS Samuel B. Roberts. The second one, a Gearing-class destroyer, joined the fleet in 1946 and served until 1970. Then came the third, an Oliver Hazard Perry-class guided missile frigate, commissioned in 1986 and decommissioned in 2015. Different ships, different eras, but all honoring the same legacy.